So honestly, right now, like, we've been responding to most of the attacks on havens. We've been driving the behemoth away as fast as we can when it shows up. But it seems like the reality of the situation is that you're gonna slowly lose population just to havens you don't get to in time, or the behemoth manages to take one out before you can get enough disruption points. That happens a lot because you're stuck waiting on it to send out flyers to get disruption points. So if it gets to a haven before it sends enough out, there's really nothing you can do. And also starvation, which slowly takes down the population of, I don't know if it's like every haven or if only some of them have issues with food, but that's a factor too. So even if you play perfectly, you're probably stuck slowly losing population over time. Point is, we really need to figure out what we're supposed to do to actually end this mist outbreak and presumably win the game. So I know some of these, like that one has to do with the market, the black market DLC, so I doubt like it'll unlock more stuff at the black market, but that's probably all it does. I know some of these other ones are also DLC related. I think all three of these are: An Unexpected Emergency, Catacombs of Despair, and Corruption of the Mind. I think they're all DLC related, but I'm not 100% certain on that. I assume that the faction quests eventually lead to something if I'm willing to probably kill the other two factions to go that route. It seems like the further along you go down the quest lines, the more you have to directly fight the other two factions. Because, of course, getting even two of the three factions to get along is apparently just impossible. But then there's also the Symes Retreat and destroying a Pandoran Citadel, which have their own type of quest marker that makes me think, well, maybe that's another way to eventually win. I hope. Now, there is a Pandoran Citadel over here that we need to destroy anyway, so we're going to definitely accomplish that. We should probably also make an effort to actually go to the Symes Retreat. That's been a thing for I don't know how long, and we've just been constantly swamped in other things that we need to do. And this is a rare moment of nothing is actively timing down or being attacked or otherwise on fire. I mean, A-team is like a lot of people need to heal up. So we're going to let at least some people heal up. I doubt Lazy is going to get fully healed because he is significantly more wounded than the others, but he'll still get to heal up a bit. I definitely want to heal up until most of them are on full health. So they're stuck for a minute. But once they're healed up, if nothing else is demanding our attention, we should probably go check out the Symes Retreat and possibly even secure the Scarab if we can, but it's definitely lower priority. Because to be honest, look at our materials and tech. Do we really have what we would need to even buy anything? We do have food coming out our ears. We should probably try to trade with any havens we happen to be going by. That's definitely another consideration. Although it seems like more and more of the havens, or at least the havens that are left, are getting a food source. I don't know if it's possible for them to like build like the fungal like food stuff that like we know the Disciples of Anu have. Like I don't know if they can actively like gain more sources of food over time, or if it's just shaken out that a lot of the havens that are left just happen to produce food, which means you can't trade it to them. But there are still a few, especially like over here, that don't produce any food. So if we're in that area, we should probably stop and trade. However, for the moment, let's see. I know we're reverse engineering a flamethrower, which, don't get me wrong, that would be great. because fire seems pretty freaking devastating, and I'd like to give it a try. But I'm going to assume that counts as a heavy weapon. It doesn't say here. I assume heavy weapon. Or maybe a mounted weapon. It doesn't say. But that's still got over half a day just to research it, never mind actually manufacturing it. Should probably also fast track reverse engineering the Fury 2. Although that may also require better armor, which we did research. I need to look into actually manufacturing it. I swear, some of the equipment systems in this game are not super well explained. Like, there's a spot for mounts. I don't know if modules just go in there, or if the modules actually occupy an armor slot, or if it's something they just need to be carrying. Because, like, look at these. They have weight, but they don't add any armor in and of themselves. If they can't be intended to be in the armor slot, because if they are, I'm sorry, there's no way these would be worth it. So there must be some other way of equipping them. I just don't know what it is. So at this point, I would take being slower and tougher. So let's see if the War Dog armor fits that bill. 4 additional points of armor. That's nice. That's like a 20% increase over the Odin, which only has 20 points of armor. It takes a stealth penalty. I don't care. And even the weight's the same. So it's like, here's 4 points of armor. You take a stealth penalty that you don't care about. The legs are the ones that increased the least, but the body and the helmet especially increased a fair bit, so might make some of those. I'll admit, I was hoping to see numbers more like maybe like more in the upper 20s rather than just being barely an upgrade. And here's the thing, I know mutations also can technically take an armor slot, because if you where is she? If you look at Dagmara here, her head is a mutation that we can't remove. Once it's mutated, you can't change it out. That makes sense. It's her actual head, I guess. So that's the other thing I have to think about, is if I go making a bunch of armor and then I decide I want to do some mutations, that new armor might have been wasted. Yeah, we're going to at least start building a mutation lab. That'll take a few days, but I want to see what's available with mutations before I start committing to building better armor. Because it seems like it might be an either-or situation on that. Let's see, are there any mutation researches that I should maybe fast-track? Yep, advanced mutation technology. Let's kick that to the top of the queue. See what cybernetics you could theoretically build. Like, what category did those get stuck under? Because, I mean, my first thought was that they would be put under armor, but maybe you can't see them until you build a cybernetics lab. I know I got to look at it when we first researched, like, the basic cybernetics, like on the research pop-up, I think. I was able to look and see what they would do, and I wasn't super impressed. I'm just like, is there anywhere where I can actually look at them now without having to build a cybernetics lab I may end up not using? Not that I'm seeing. I'm not seeing anywhere that I can look at it. I remember when I saw it, like upon completing the first research, it looked really underwhelming, especially the part where you couldn't use normal medkits, and instead you're stuck using these repair kits that, as you can see, And this is actually wrong. These restore 120 hit points now because I did a project to improve them. So these restore only a third of what a med kit restores. And look how much more it costs. I know that the cybernetics have a lot more armor and thus in theory wouldn't get damaged as much. But I'm sorry, looking at that, just no. If every medkit we needed cost that flippin' much, we'd have been broke a long time ago. And is there anything else that we could be manufacturing? Again, I don't want to commit to armor right now because just none of it is enough of an upgrade to be worth the resources right now. But are there any weapons? I mean, I could definitely see making a couple more of these laser assault rifles. Especially when I think Dagmara finally gets Trooper. It'll be really nice for her to have that to go along with one of the bulldogs. I know we have extra bulldogs we've been carrying, but I think we can come up with a use for another laser rifle or two. We're gonna make at least one. The paralysis pistols. That's what we're calling them. The paralysis pistols are, you know, pretty decent, especially when you have a couple people, you know, focusing on a target with them, but they don't have much ammo. And so having that on somebody to just occasionally go back to the things we paralyzed and just smack them to keep them paralyzed might be good. Yeah, we'll see if anyone can use that on either team. I admit that Slam Strike shotgun has got my attention, specifically for Barnabas. Because he is stuck using only shotguns for the foreseeable future. And sure, this doesn't do as much damage as the Iconoclast against a lightly armored target, but currently poor Barnabas is stuck doing nothing against things that have any amount of armor on them. So we're going to make one of these for him. Give it a try. We're going to put the Slam Strike shotgun at the top of the queue, then another one of these laser assault rifles, and then one neuralizer. We may get another laser assault rifle. We'll think about that, but I do want to keep at least some stuff in reserve. Gives manufacturing something to do. Well, we'll go explore that. There, we got the new shotgun. They'll explore that and then go do more important stuff, and Barnabas will have a new shotgun. New scavenging sites uncovered. Atmospheric analysis improvements have revealed overgrown sites which may be more rewarding than anything we have encountered so far. Check for new unexplored sites on the geoscope.
This mutog research the disciples are engaging in is deeply troubling. Fooling around with mutation is dangerous enough to begin with, but to not even have a proper way of controlling the creature you've created. How long before one of these creatures goes berserk? How long before there are unexpected consequences to their genetic composition? How long before a few of them get free and start breeding? Is the Exalted trying to fight the Pandorans or strengthen them?
Okay, what is the mutog? Because for once, I'm kind of feeling like New Jericho may have had a point. Our operatives have discovered a former Phoenix Project site, an advanced genetics lab intended to replace some of the Phoenix Project's aging research infrastructure. It was shut down in 2019 and sold to a startup that produced 5G-compatible automated juice presses. Okay. There's nothing left of the Phoenix Project equipment that was sold along with the lab, but the half-finished executive relaxation area that was being built in 2030, when the company's stock crashed, is easy to dismantle. There are also crates full of unsold juice packets, which oddly enough seem not to have expired. So we just got a bunch of stuff. I mean, I'll take it. We need stuff. We have the new shotgun. Let's go deal with that Citadel. So this is where you fight Scyllas then, because the objective is to locate and eliminate the Scylla and then evacuate. Oh boy. Okay. This is going to be scary, probably. Now you actually have a gun that can get through armor. That should help. But yeah, I think for Barnabas in particular, I'm going to start saving up for him to get another class. I don't know what class yet. Maybe sniper? To give him longer range options? I'm not sure. But I'm going to start saving up for him to get another class because so many of his abilities, we just don't know how to manufacture the equipment for it. So, going to start working on that. In the meantime, though, that's the best I can do for him. Pandoran Citadel mission. Fight your way to the Scylla, controlling the Citadel, and kill it. Then evacuate your squad. Continuous enemy reinforcements mean you need to move quickly. So find a giant thing that can actually fight back in this case, unlike the spawner. Kill it. Do it fast. Try not to die. So the thing is, I don't know if this thing is like, if it's mobile or not. Or how big it is. I do think there might be stuff in these buildings, because, yeah, there are crates in them. In all of them. It's not even just a maybe. It just... Okay, something tells me that the thing we need to kill is there. That just looks like a very ominous location that looks important. So, we're going to book it in that direction and try to run by these buildings to pick up some stuff on the way. That's the plan. Okay, good. There's a doorway there, so we can kind of cut through here. I thought we were going to have to either go all the way around that way or go this way, but we can cut through. That's fine. That works. Okay, well, found him right away. Might be worth a war cry. That will keep him from doing very much to you. Okay, Eileen. We're actually going to have you run around this way because then next turn you'll be in a great position to start sniping the one enemy we do have a line of sight on, and yeah, you're also... You two were in positions where it didn't really matter which one of these directions you went in. Actually, might be for the best if we kind of all went this way, because then if stuff starts coming in from that side, they have to go further before they see anyone. Although it would be lagging significantly far back for Barnabas, but yeah, we're gonna do it. And you're gonna jet jump. Though I don't really want to jet jump you closer to the thing. I think it is a melee one. So I just put you here. You're at no more risk than our other heavy already was. If that makes sense. Oh, it's mobile. It is mobile. The Scylla is the apex of Pandoran development. Most of the time it remains in its citadel, but occasionally goes out to attack havens. So we can run into these things on haven defense missions too. Good to know. I don't suppose killing it on a haven defense also destroys the citadel. I very much doubt it. Acid worm Chiron and a marksman. Okay, well, looking at what's in front of us. God, that thing is terrifying. All right, the marksman and that shield bearer alpha are the biggest priorities because they're the ones that's closest to us that are within, like, their attacking range. Oh, boy. And then what is this? Bunch of brutes. I'm not really seeing any... The only one I'm seeing that has a whole lot of range to it currently is that marksman. Okay. Snipers, how you doing? What can you see? Okay, you can technically see the shield bearer, but it's probably not going to go too well. Ideally, we really want to either destroy the gun or hit its torso so that it can't pain chameleon. Because if it pain chameleons, you know, that's it. That's all we can do against it for a bit. Okay, for now, Vahe, just sort of step into cover there. And then shoot the snot out of its arm and side.
That hurt.
Very nice. Alright, you're also gonna hop into cover.
Confirming target.
No, you could definitely, you'd almost definitely kill that one. You'd do a fair bit of damage to that one. It's just, you're probably not going to get its torso. There's the arm and the head and everything else in the way. So it would almost certainly pain chameleon afterward. You really only have a line of sight on that thing, and that thing's not a high priority target, so I'm probably going to have you move. I mean, you could argue that I really should maybe try to put some viral damage on it and just start working on getting it to panic. But how much does it say what their maximum will is? It does. It has 28 will points. Yeah, that's not going to work super well unless I really got a lot of viral damage on it. And I don't think that's going to happen. The viral rifles just are not very accurate. Honestly, this sniper shot's really the only one that might possibly either destroy the weapon or, if I got insanely lucky, get the torso. I'm gonna just sort of go vaguely for the weapon, but I'm hoping that if I sort of hedge it this way, even if it doesn't hit the weapon, it'll at least hit the thing somewhere.
Take that.
Alright, disabled one of its arms and the head. So it did a fair bit of damage to it, but it's definitely going to get at least one shot off on us. Annoying, but not exactly surprising. Alright, you're going to just gun that thing down. Good job. That thing's already alerted. When it walked in, it was immediately alerted. I don't know if that's the case for all reinforcements or if it was just that it was close enough to us. We're not exactly a, team stealth over here. Go ahead and just take a shot at it. Just hit the shield. Expected.
Nothing's getting past me.
Okay, we're going to try to get you up here so that you can actually start shooting at things.
That was just a warning shot.
Honestly, not sure if you hit the shield or not there. There. Trying to cover the whole team in your will restoring aura. So that's always nice. Barnabas, you really need to try to get closer if you're going to accomplish very much of anything. No, that's the closest I can get you with you still being able to shoot.
On the lookout.
Yeah, okay, you didn't have a full action point left because you had to move a little bit, so you can't overwatch with your pistol. Alright, that's the best I can do. Okay, Okay, it can really move. Okay, it looked like it only spawned one mind fragger at a time. I was worried it was going to spawn multiple considering how big that thing is. Might just chuck a grenade in that direction.
They got me.
Oh, for a rocket. Okay. Okay. We do at least have grenades. Which we'll definitely be seeing some use. Although I'm thinking I may pick off that marksman first because Pain Chameleon will, of course, trigger on grenades, too. And we don't want that to happen.
In my sights.
Granted, it's just getting the torso on Tritons is just such a pain because from most angles, they have arms and the head and the weapon are all in the way of getting the torso. So I don't know, maybe just give up on that idea, focus on that thing, and just hope it works. That's where I'm at. Trying to figure out who all I want to catch in this. I'm thinking like that. Probably. I don't think that gets the mind fragger though, unfortunately, and if I don't hit the mind fragger, we're gonna have problems. That does a lot more damage though.
Steal my target.
Okay, it can just spam mist as a reaction, I guess. That's a thing I didn't know. Alright, Warcry. Okay, try not to shoot our heavy, our other heavy, please. Good job.
Come get some!
Alright, let's see. Spawning abdomen. Honestly, not that worried about its ability to spawn mind fraggers. That gives it the ability to leap. I hope you only have to disable one of the legs to get rid of that. And then disabling his torso just would cause massive bleeding. Also just trying to look to see, like, what's the least armored bit? Oh yeah, destroying that mist carapace is not happening. So we're just gonna have to deal with that. However, the spawning abdomen appears to be the least armored bit, at least that I can see from here. I assume its head is on the end I can't see right now. However, we may want to kill some of the other things around this thing just to try to keep things under control. Thing about the mist, like, it's not just that it gives them, like, will and stealth bonuses, it's that it also just blocks my ability to see what I am shooting at. Like, that's the mind fragger. I don't really want to waste a sniper shot on that if I can help it, but I may not have a choice. Dare I ask how much willpower that thing has? I mean, 42, which is a lot, but honestly, I expected it'd be more considering how crazy its health is. If I could get viral damage on it, that'd be great, but getting any amount of... you have to get a little bit of normal damage through for the viral damage to do anything. And the thing is, the viral rifle has such low damage that currently I don't think I can get any damage through on it. So if I can't shred some of its armor, that's just not going to happen. I mean, this would be a start as far as that goes. There's also something there. I think it's the marksman, but I can't tell exactly where it is. I can just sort of hear it, I guess. Could do that and just hopefully get the mind fragger, but I have to remember that this particular shotgun isn't a bunch of shots, it's one shot. So it's either going to completely annihilate the mind fragger or do nothing. Oh, not Overwatch. Okay, yeah, the pistol's not gonna do anything currently, not from where you are.
In my sights.
I'm gonna try to shred some armor on its abdomen so we can get some viral damage on it.
Right on time. Ready to rock.
Now, if I have you shoot the abdomen, I think you're able to get a little bit of damage through. I think. I will try it, but is there anyone else? Well, the hand cannon, I believe, does have some armor shredding. Oh, it does. Okay, at this point, that abdomen should have no armor on it. So we're just going to get it really, really, really infected by virus. Jeez, if we could get just a little more on it, it would actually panic this turn. Does anyone else have biochemist on this team? Is there anywhere for me to easily... Yes, there is. Okay, it's over here. Anyone else that has action left? Nope. Okay. Well, if we can survive, it will panic next turn.